Yeah, I just realized that. I just looked at the levels and I was like, that's really fucking loud. Okay. Actually, you know what? This is kind of a serious matter, so we're not going to have music on at all. We'll still do Spottle and Guess the Game, but first I want to start off with something that I had seen on Twitter the past couple days. I might make this into a YouTube video to shed some light. Now, this is something that I personally do not have a dog in this fight. Is that the saying? I just said it. I think that's the first time I've said that. I am not a VTuber. I'm not super duper in touch with the entire VTuber scene. There's so many agencies. There's so many VTubers that you can't dog in this race. That's it. That's it. There's just so much to ingest that you can't ingest all of it. However, there's a couple of small creators, small VTubers that I follow on Twitter that have brought attention to something, from what I've read, pretty serious. I haven't read the entire thing yet. We're gonna do that in this portion, and it gets pretty serious. Let's just start off by introducing what exactly we're talking about today. We're talking about an agency called VSEA. Now, this is on the VTuber wiki. Like this, you can get almost all of your information on VTubers in this database. General introduction here. VSEA was a YouTuber agency based, a virtual YouTuber agency based in Southeast Asia. Currently consists of two generations, Gen 0 and Gen 1, for a total of 6 talents, along with at least two staff members. There's a lot to unpack, even just in those 2 sentences. The immediate one is VSEA was, and I mean, we'll talk about it, and at least 2 staff members. Here's the thing. It says at least 2 staff members. We only know of 3, at least based on this page. Now, let's just go through the history. And as you can see, there's not a lot. VSEA's official Twitter account was made and announced on March 30th of this year. If you can take context clues, yesterday VSEA announced its disbanding. Now, why could this be? So, this, I mean, yeah, an up-and-coming VTuber agency that wants to gather a group of creators and grow as a unit. Please don't. This is a terrible idea, and you're about to see why. Not that I would think that you would do what is being alleged here, but this VTuber agency lasted less than 3 months. Why, may I ask? Or may you ask? I already know. I don't know why I'm asking. I'm not asking. You're asking, probably in your head. One of their creators, who is not named in this document here is, as far as I can tell, all anonymous. However, Nene, yesterday at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, had posted a Google Doc with the line regarding VSEA, please read. And it's a little spicy. What's even more spicy is the actual headline, or the tagline of the document, uncovering VSEA in expose. They're exposing shit here. What are they exposing? Some pretty serious allegations. The 2 main ones that I had seen so far, like I said, we're going to go through this entire document. I did read the TLDR, and we can do that. There's a lot going on here. The 2 main things that I had gathered from it so far is that the creators and the admins of VSEA never applied to be an actual company. From what I'm reading here, in Singapore, you do require certain paperwork, and you do require a company code, I think, or like a company number, and they don't have that. That's a thing. Second thing, I bet you the reason they didn't do that, or one of the main reasons they didn't do that, is because allegedly, all of this is alleged. I just want to go about saying that. Like I said, I've never delved this deep into drama before live or on any creative outlet that I've done. All of this is alleged because I'm taking both sides here. I'm playing devil's advocate. Even if I do have a part in an argument, I do like to see both sides. I am leaning towards the creator side here so far, and I'll explain to you why. But I do want to preface this by saying this is all alleged right now, at least based on the screenshots and the receipts that we have here. This is still all alleged. This is all still very fresh and very new, because I do want to shed light on this, and I do want more people to see this, and maybe help small independent VTubers like think about joining an agency and what they need to be looking out for. The second main thing that I took from this so far is that there were minors. No. Okay, yeah. Keeler for VTuber president 2024. There were minors in I say employed because they weren't a company. We'll read through this document once we go through all of these tabs, but I just want to give you an outline prior to us going through it and dissecting it a little bit. This came out, and can I call it a shitstorm? I mean, it's very small. It's a very small knit group. There were only 6 creators in Gen 0 and 1. Based on this document, there was a 1.5. Whoever this anonymous person was, they were part of VSEA's Gen 1.5, which aren't even listed on that wiki. This document comes out, and the way that I see this is through Haru, one of the creators that I follow on the Bird app. If you want to go, I know you guys already follow me on Twitter, but anybody who watches this video, if you want to go to X, all of the names of the gens are listed. Go follow them. Go show your support and just support small creators. I think I retweeted. No, I haven't retweeted this already. I will retweet this. Go check them out. Go follow them. Go support them. This is what happened. I saw this post saying, Haru saying, want my take on what's going on? I left for a reason. Please go support the other girls who were directly affected. This tells me that there were no males on this, which is a little concerning. I mean, granted, VTubers are predominantly female, so I'm not entirely surprised, but still kind of weird that, see, like this says Gen 1 and 1.5. I guess 0 and 1.5 are maybe different. Either way, still something going on here. Somebody who was on the inside decided to leave for a reason, and it wasn't because of other creators. I had to look into it a little bit more. At this point, I had no idea who this VC official was. I had no idea who VC was. So I pulled up their Twitter page, and this was after the document came out and after seeing that. But I was going through it because I figured, well, they just got called out. They have to say something, right? Which they did. Very shortly after, only an hour after that document had come out, they had replied with this. Well, this is a little early, but first of all, VC is disbanding. We'll provide more info in a bit. That tells me that this may have been preemptive. They may have seen this coming. As with everything, there are 2 sides to every story. You may not think our actions are forgivable, but it might be worth hearing out the factors and process that went into it. Okay, this tells me that there's more, that they have a leg to stand on, possibly. This is why I want to take both sides. I could easily, just from the first couple pages of that document uncovering VC that I had seen, I could easily just take the creator's side. And like I said, I'm leaning more towards it. But now that they had posted this, they say there are 2 sides to every story. I'm willing to hear you out. Even if you didn't post that, I'm willing to hear you out if you have something to say. But I was looking at the replies. And Haiti, another creator that I follow, I honestly don't think it's worth hearing out. There was no process, and your DMs with your talents are borderline disgusting. Please disband ASAP. Seems like they know they did something that possibly wasn't good and quickly ditched. Yeah. But we'll get into that more in the document. I did see that it had mentioned that nobody had signed a contract or anything. We have more saying, well, that was fast. Then VC replying, help, I'm speed running the reply doc. Some of these guys were like, yeah, we're leaving on good terms, and then drops the doc. Here's the thing, because it is coming also from Southeast Asia, language barrier is going to be a thing. It's take these replies with a very, very, very tiny grain of salt, because the vibe and the tone of the text could be completely different from what they're actually saying. How dare you, truly, how dare you? With evidence coming out of you allegedly engaging in inappropriate conduct with underage talent, we'll get there, joking about it, and following that up with allegedly attempting to skirt around business law. Your concern is your audience knowing your side. I'll take accountability in due time, but no matter the case, both sides are important. It's the full picture. Just whoever this person is, whoever is running this, keeps saying that there's another side. I, with the very, very tiniest sliver of my being, is willing to hear this out. Here it is. As of 5:46, a couple hours after. I tried it this morning. You click on the Google Doc that the company had replied to Nene's document, and you get this. You need access. It's just not available. Whoever is running this, whoever made this Google Doc, did not make this accessible to everybody. Now, I requested access earlier this morning. As far as I can tell, I didn't get it. But Live React, let's try it now. Still nothing. Still nothing. I requested access at around 8 o'clock a.m. this morning. It's now 6:54. So admin is either very inept, does not know how to share a Google Doc, or they, like Stripe says, seem like they only want certain people to see it. This is a public matter now. Now that this expose document has come out, it's public. You can't just... I can understand them disbanding, making that public, and then maybe giving the creators this document to say whatever they need to say. If this wasn't a public thing anymore. If this wasn't public, I can see this. This makes total sense. But now that it's public, this document needs to be public. And it needs to be public now. Because this looks really bad on their end. This looks about as bad as it gets on their end. So as of right now, we don't have access to their document. We don't have access to their reply, even though they say they have it. This is what angers me. This is why I am very, very, very far on the edge of siding with the creators. Some people do have it. Okay, there's some screenshots. Yeah, some people have it. So based on, okay, I'm assuming VSEA Crimson has this. There are some parts in there that do bother me, and there are many things that could have been avoided easily. Yet still, I do appreciate you tried facing your mistakes. I wish the best to the talents on their new journeys, and I'm sure you'll be able to grow from this. At the time I was 18 and Xinyi was a minor. Okay, maybe don't do this at 18. At that time, we had no idea why corpos didn't hire minors, and the reason some other minors got in was not because of some weird creepy reason, but more of nepotism and friends. We were just a group of friends having big dreams of being VTubers together, but that was literally all we were building on. I was young and wildly inexperienced, yes, and I never expected VC to even go this far. We hit levels of growth that put us in a spotlight I was trained to perform in, or wasn't trained to perform in. The ratio was not viable, as well as we had 13 talents to 1 admin at a point. Workload was unsustainable, and it was a naive, cocky mistake to bite off more than I could chew. I'm okay with that. That's a really good response. And if this is something that... I'm assuming this is admin talking. If this is something that they had realized, good for them. Grow on it. Do not do it again. Maybe have the licensing and the legal documents of being a company before being a company. I want to see the reply. I want to see the reply so I can actually like make my own opinion on it instead of looking at a section of it and then not getting full context and then taking other people's word for it. But it seems as though it's had a overall positive outcome, at least from outsiders to the creators themselves. Dani here says, "Thank you everyone who read the doc. Firstly, it means a lot. Secondly, I wanted to say that I won't be talking about it anymore." Totally cool. Totally fine. They'll be doing a stream on it Monday to answer some questions and share a bit but mainly just to clear things up. Monday we'll get a stream of this person who shared the document talking about it. This was a section of the document that outlines the joking about grooming and abusing a minor. Regarding the minor allegations, there were 5 minors within the agency. Seems like they were trying to make sure they weren't going to deal with taxes. I don't know. I don't necessarily think that's it. I have no qualms about believing VC whenever they said they were young and wanted to do this with their friends and just got in over their head. The issue began, if that is truly the case, the issue began whenever they started bringing in other talent that they were not friends with initially and not realizing what they were really getting into. Talents who were coming in thinking, oh, we're going to join like an indie agency, grow ourselves, graduate, and then maybe have a following after. It doesn't seem like that's what they thought they were getting into. They thought they were actually joining a company when it wasn't a company at all, really just a glorified group of people. The talent spoken up about how they were told to hide the fact that they were a minor. So this is a completely different anonymous person who had given their DMs with VC. So this might be a little rough to read. So say I'm 17. Nah, that's not how the world is gonna see us. If they see we hired a 16-year-old, we are dead, bro. Again, the context is you can't go off of text context in this because of the language barrier. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt everywhere because I do that. I am maybe not proud, but I am willing to admit that I'm a habitual fence sitter. I like to see it on both sides. However, I'm not on the fence. I'm pretty much I'm in the hands, I'm in the palm of the creators here. Maybe because I am a creator too, but again, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt, and I'm also taking it at face value because I'm a third party in this. Late birthday. I don't know. Do you think it'll be a problem? Normally the issue is like grooming minors. Am I grooming you? I feel like you're the one abusing. Oh, whoa. Okay. I feel like you're the one abusing me. See chat. She's so mean to me. Anyways, as long as we're all good and not, overly sexualizing you, I'm sure we're all fine. That's crazy. Again, we have to. How? I need to know how old this person is. I need to know how old admin was May 21st of this year. If this person's like mid-20s, we have a problem. That's a real problem. That is not how you should be speaking to a 17-year-old. I can only focus so much energy into so many talents. We may not find another role for you. Okay. To be fair, we have other minors we have other minors in the agency, so if we get flamed, it won't be your fault in particular. I'm waiting to see a screenshot where admin does say that they are a company. That's some pretty serious stuff. So would you like to 1, accept, 2, decline, or 3, postpone? We can only postpone until a short while because we really need to start making the models. But again, I don't want to pressure you or anything. The is so weird. Again, I have to read between lines. I can't. This isn't a person from America saying this, and it could be completely different in Singapore. Oh God. Okay. Shaking my head. You ruined our bar, and then you're like, nah, I don't want to get hired yet. Be honest, where hired is another term that he should not. They. I don't know what gender they are. They should not be using. Because hiring means that you are employed and you're getting money. To be honest, we're probably going to get even more peeps in Gen 2, and I can't guarantee you a model. All right, then. I'll send you the acceptance letter, and you can discuss the thing with your parents tomorrow. Crazy. Well, can I trust you that we don't need a contract to get you to pay us? That's sketch. In the screenshot above, he confirmed that there were other minors in the agency. Basically, is the agency registered and has guidelines that are linked to a country's government system, or just have a document that shows that you are a full-on agency that lets you sign contracts? Nah, we don't have that yet. Soon, though. We'll work that out. Immediate. Nope. You see something like that? nope, I don't care what the language barrier is. If they say, nah, we don't have that yet, soon though, get out. Get out of there. So the contracts aren't signed yet. That it shouldn't concern you until you're 18. That should specifically concern you if you are under the age of 18. If you're over the age of 18, that should concern you. And when Talent was trying to leave VC, this is what he said. If I don't see an improvement after the revamp, I'm actually leaving. And also don't, somebody had said that to VC. And also don't use that against me if you're having thoughts of leaving. I'd rather you just go. If you want to stay, I want you to lock in and go serious with me. I will not put investment into you if you're threatening going. I'm gonna leave, bye. If you do your work properly, show me effort in your content. I will gladly pay for all your shit. Okay? It's really complicated, so it's that I hope everyone's trustable. I trust you guys about these situations. We have an all-girls group, though. What does that mean at all? Really? Look, I know how you want me to stay, and it'll cause a bunch of problem, but, like, I seriously cannot manage or not. I understand some of your considerations, and I'm glad you know your own priorities, but I'm just saying the consequences. All the bad stuff will happen to everyone at the Corpo, not just me, blank, but everyone else. This was also what he said after we all ended up leaving. Attention everyone, as there's no one left in VC except blank, and blank will be taking a long hiatus until November when blank can debut. So, assume this was on June 18th, 3 days ago. Most of the people had left. Most of the creators had gone, and they were still trying to hold on to what they had left. He's waiting until November as both talents are minors, and he would like to wait till they are of age. Gen 1.5 was formed by admin very soon after Gen 1 was announced. We were generally supposed to be an indie gen, meaning we brought in our own things such as models and everything else, but were attributed to the company. This gen was never publicly announced, however, due to most of us leaving and it being dissolved shortly after. 4 out of the 5 ended up leaving, which made admin dissolve the gen, which explains, I'm assuming, why Gen 1.5 is not listed on the wiki. Hi chat, I'm Prawley. Why is he... They keep saying hi chat. It's so unprofessional. Now you're just friends of VC for now. Feel free to hang out and play games. It's been lovely hosting you lot. Apologies management wasn't up to par. Hope to see you around one day. That's I mean that seems like a very low effort way to say sorry. Saying sorry but not actually meaning it. When we joined, we were told that we would keep 95% and he would take 5%, which is fine. He then mentioned all merch revenue would go to him. So in the screenshot, oh, I gotta ask another thing. For merch, you guys said you guys have merch. You have right for merch, yeah? Yeah, you can make your own stuff, but we have rights to use your image and sell it on our store and cons and stuff. Okay, do we get a cut of it too, or does all rev go to you guys? The rev goes to us, the revenue goes to us for the merchies that we make. I'm reading DMs that should be like professionally typed out. Like this is a business. The cost price and all that too. If you post our merch on your website, we could work out a fair commission rate. This makes almost no sense since we were an indie gen. Everything we brought in was our own. None of our merch sales should go to them since no part is theirs. He had only mentioned this to one member, which was then relayed to the rest of us, and that's the screenshot that was relayed above. Yes, let me put myself in the shoes of admin. You have signed up for an agency where you may be indie, but you're not actually indie. You are still a part of the company, and you are so-and-so of VC. You're not just so-and-so anymore. I don't believe all merch revenue should have gone to the company. What I'm saying is that, yeah, they get a cut of that too. Whenever you sign up for things like this, and I'm gonna use the example that I am familiar with, record labels. Being a musician who has been offered record deals before, you need to read the fine print. These deals that companies will be giving you almost are never fully in your favor. Very, very rarely are they even mostly in your favor. The company is here to make money. And again, I say company loosely because apparently they didn't have the actual documentation to be a company in Singapore. Oh, all of them. All of them are scary. Anytime you're an artist or a creator and you're offered a contract for anything, it's scary. I've been endorsed by 3 drum companies now. And even though like it's been smooth sailing for me, really, signing those contracts is terrifying unless you like take the time to read all of it or get a lawyer to read it. That's the thing. You're signing the contract, you're signing your rights. The company is not looking out mainly for your interests, which is unfortunate because that's how it should be. You're working. You're working. You're an employee for this company. They should be looking out for they should be looking out for you, not your anything. You as a person, you as a whole, because you are what makes that company money. You're what makes that company run. You're what makes that company stay afloat. And this is a perfect example of the people who made an agency stay afloat left, and now it's gone. Also, you said you would like to help us with stuff occasionally, right? Normally we hire Gen 0, 1, or Gen 1.5 because they have some unique value apart from pure revenue. That's a crazy statement. They literally just threw Gen 1 under the bus saying that they are not talented. Like they have no other talents apart from be entertaining. This is not how higher up should talk. Admin has constantly told us to make stuff for him. Below, okay, him. We're gonna assume it's him. Below, we can prove that admin isn't paying us much and sometimes even making us rush deadlines with little to no money or even no money at all. Oh God, okay. Oh, okay, so VC said, you said you're really busy, but if you have the time, I'd ask if you want to do one of the Gen 1 models. Oh, I thought they were already done with everything. Nope, we're cooking. Some are done faster than others, depends on the individual artist. I don't think I can because if I need to rig a whole ass model, they're not debuting until next season because I got another rigging commission already. Why? Could you rig a model instead if you can't draw a whole model? Depends on the money because like, you know, I'm assuming the price of the commissions that this artist was doing is right here. Being like, hey, you got to pay me this much or more if you want priority. And he likes to word it as assignments or missions, as you can see below. We will be talking about another artist who was being used as well. How much you want? I'm assuming this is a disclosed price. How much do you want to pay? I don't really have a price range. How much do you usually pay the others? $40? Like $20? Bro, you're like overworking your employees. Rigging? Okay. 1. Artist for a VTuber model. Hard. And granted, that's coming from somebody who has no sort of like artistic bone in his body in terms of drawing and creating characters or art like that. Rigging one. Rigging a VTuber model that isn't just like a PNG. It's crazy. Tell me whenever you're free enough to give you Janny missions. Janny missions? If you need me, just tell me. I can probably squeeze time for VC. Unpaid artists, interview with ex-talent, lack of talent, privacy, miscellaneous closing statement. There is so much. There's so much. How dare they use Bochi's? I just realized this now. How dare they use Bochi as their profile picture? This document is available to everybody. I'm not going to go through the rest of it because we can spend hours on this. We've already spent an hour on it. There's only so much drama that I can take. This is why I'm not a drama channel. This is why I don't cover drama normally, is because I don't have the mental capacity to do it. The main reason for this was to, again, shed light for any indie creator. It doesn't even have to be a VTuber. It can be any indie artist. Be very, very wary, because there are people, again, all alleged. This is all alleged. There are people in this world who are very, very manipulative. And even for people who believe and have evidence that they don't get manipulated very easily, can still fall into this. I want this to be a PSA to all indie creators. If you are offered a contract, read it. Have somebody else that you know read it. Have somebody else who has nothing to do with any of this read it, so you can get their perspective. And if you know somebody who is in something that you're getting a contract for, have them read it too. You're going to want all perspectives on it. And if you have the money, get a lawyer. Get a lawyer to read it. Because you do not want to be taken advantage of. Yes, I don't think that there's only one contract in art that I know that benefited the artist, honestly, at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, it benefited the artist fully. Like, the artist it's Daft Punk. Daft Punk signed their deal with, I can't even remember who maybe Universal? Virgin. They were signed by Virgin. And they signed a deal where, I believe it was after 15 or 20 years, and an amount of time. After a certain amount of time, all their music belonged to them. Most of these deals, whatever music you release while you're under contract is the label's forever. Like, you will get royalties for those tracks, but you'll never fully own them. They're not ever fully yours anymore. All these smaller labels will do the same thing. So any indie creator who gets an offer, something like this, do your due diligence. Even if you're young, please, I know your frontal lobe hasn't developed yet fully, okay? I know. I'm asking a lot of you. A 31-year-old is asking a lot of somebody who is probably like 17 in this case. Think about it. Don't jump into something like this because it seems too good to be true, because a lot of the time it is, which is unfortunate. You want to rely on people and companies like this because you believe it's going to grow your name, and sometimes it does, but in the wrong ways. Yeah, the creators do have more of a following now, but it's because of this. It's an unfortunate thing that the creators had to go through. Hopefully, again, all of the creators who are now not employed by VC anymore will be able to do their own thing and possibly join another agency who is more set in stone. I reposted that Twitter post to all the creators who are on VC, and go show them some love. It's a really, really shitty thing that they had to go through, unfortunately, at a very young age for some of them. And I hope admin does better.